For today's lab, we are going to be burning ethanol. So I have a bunch of things set out here and we're going to get started. The first thing that I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to find the mass of my ethanol. So I'm going to start with my balance. I'm going to turn it on. And then I have a container of ethanol here. And once my balance reads 0, I'm going to place the ethanol on the balance. And it looks like we are starting with a mass of 25.70 grams. So I'm going to record that, and you should record that too. So that was 25.70 grams. So that's going to be my starting mass of ethanol. I'm going to move that off to the side, turn my balance off. I'm going to use that later. Now, I also have some BTB, and you can see that my BTB is starting off as this nice dark blue color. Go ahead and record that in your data table. And then I've got this container, and inside the container, I have taped a cobalt chloride strip, and my cobalt chloride strip here is free, so the air can reach it. It's just taped a little bit. And as you can see, that cobalt chloride strip is also starting off that nice blue color. So go ahead and record that in your data table as well. Now, we are going to be working with fire today, so I am going to put on my goggles just in case. It's important to protect your eyes, so we're going to use those safety measures. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to light this on fire, and then I'm going to cover it with my container here, and I'm going to leave it for about 5 minutes. So to start off, I want to light it on fire. It is actually on fire right now. I'm going to cover it with my container, and then I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to fast forward this for you when I actually play it, but it's going to go for about 5 minutes. All right, we are approaching the 5-minute mark, and I want to point out a couple of things. So first of all, we can see that there's been some change to my cobalt chloride strip. So it looks like it is turning pink, so you should record that in your data table. The other thing that I want you to notice is that there's quite a lot of fog or steam, what it looks like, in this container. And so that is also well, it's what's changing that cobalt chloride strip to pink. So you should be able to tell, based on the fact that that strip is pink, what that fogging inside of this container is actually made up of, what molecule that is. Okay, next I'm going to take a look at my BTB, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir, because when I was looking at it, the color was not evenly distributed. So it looks like it had changed a little bit of color in the center, but the edges hadn't. So I just gave that a little bit of a mix. And as you can see, that has in fact changed color. However, it's kind of hard to tell based on this video. So here's the original blue, and then here is the color that is now, and it looks like it's definitely changed towards sort of that yellowy green color. And I am spilling it on myself because I filled this container a little bit too high, but that's totally fine. BTB is safe to touch. Okay, last thing that we need is the mass. Oh, in case I forgot to say it, make sure you record that color change. Whatever color you think that is, go ahead and record that in your data table. All right, now I've got my ethanol, so my balance reads 0. I'm going to place the container of ethanol there, and it looks like that is now reading 25.3, we're going to go with 25.38 grams. So go ahead and record in your data table that says 25.38 grams as that final mass. Okay, so that's the lab. I'm going to give you the data for a bunch more trials because we would normally do this with our whole class, and so you're going to need to have all of that data in order to analyze it to make sure that we always see the same trends when we light ethanol on fire. So there you go.